Nearly 3 decades, a dance hall with a 50s theme has been a very popular spot in northeast Nebraska. But the owner of Stormin Norman's in Waterbury says it's time for the last dance. KTIV's Gabriela Quinones tells us why.
Back in 1996, a school auditorium was purchased in Waterbury, Nebraska by Norman and Jeanette Schwartz. They converted the building into a 50s themed rock and roll themed venue called Stormin Norman's Rock and Roll Auditorium. The first dance was a year later in 1997. The business was Norman's passion, and when he passed away in 2012, Jeanette took over to keep his dream alive. However, after 28 years of business and 13 years without her husband's partnership, Jeanette says it's time to close Stormin Norman's.
It's full of love when we get all the people in here. It's so full of love and happiness and friends. They're all friends. And I always say they're my people, and they are my people. When we bought the building, my husband bought it for storage of his classic cars. And then he talked about taking all the bleachers out. And I said, I think we should do something more fun. And we always have loved rock and roll, so this is how it came to be. My husband always came up with new ideas. Like that car, he cut it in half lengthwise. As each band played, they would always sign my wall and I'd take their picture. Once a month was plenty. Everybody wrote it on their calendar. Different people have said you should have more often, but we didn't think so. It was more of an event, just doing it once a month. I'm lucky. I got to do this for so many years, but the time comes for everything to change. And since I had a stroke 2 years ago, I can't do a whole lot. There's a little joy and sadness in it. This place means everything to me. We put so much work and thought into it.
Stormin Norman's doors will be open one last time on October 31st for a Halloween party. The event starts at 6:30 p.m., but Jeanette says if the weather is nice, they may start at 5:30 p.m. A live band and several singers will perform, and there will be a food truck. Jeanette expects this to be a huge turnout and hopes that the Siouxland community can join in on the last shindig. I'm Gabriela Quinones, KTIV News 4.
And Jeanette Schwartz says rock and roll gets people dancing, so she expects a packed dance floor.